Mark here can control a smart home and an Apple Vision Pro with only his thoughts, thanks to a brain implant from a company called Synchron. As the company gears up for its next round of clinical trials, we spoke to Synchron's founding CEO Tom Oxley to find out how it works, what these milestones mean, what comes next, and how a brain implant designed to turn people's thoughts into action will react to a user's dreams. Let's get into it. Synchron's brain-computer interface, BCI, is designed to allow people living with paralysis to control digital devices using their thoughts.
I can talk to you with my thoughts.
The company recently announced 2 new milestones: the first use of its BCI with Amazon Alexa, and the first use of its BCI with the Apple Vision Pro.
The reason we're primarily excited about Alexa is that it solves many of the domains within activities of daily living.
Mark, one of Synchron's trial participants, was able to use Amazon's Fire tablet to turn lights on and off, see who is outside using a Blink security camera, start video streaming, and more using only his brain and Synchron's BCI.
Alexa traditionally has been thought of as a voice-based system, and so this would open up the availability of Alexa control for people who don't have voice control.
Apple Vision Pro, on the other hand, is typically controlled by eye tracking or eye gaze combined with hand gestures. Synchron's BCI presents an alternative to hand gestures for people without the use of their hands. Oxley says this navigation is made possible by Apple's assistive touch accessibility features, and that combining eye gaze or eye tracking with a BCI might have some advantages.
Otherwise, you're using up a lot of the compute power of the BCI to solve the trajectory problem. That's solved really nicely with eye gaze, but the problem is you don't have the ability to make different types of selections, maybe left click, right click, scroll, copy, drag down, menu, back. So if you can send those discrete key press functions on top of the eye gaze, then you've got really beautiful synergistic natural control.
Synchron's Stentrode BCI is implanted with a catheter into a blood vessel near the brain's motor cortex. Once in place, users can generate actions on their digital devices using the BCI by thinking about moving their body.
The intent to move your hand versus your finger versus your foot looks different. One of our features is like a dial or a scroll. And that's more about the intensity with which you're trying to move. So the ways in which you control the strength, dexterity, and speed of your body is translating into a digital domain. What we're going to see from now for the next couple of decades is the continuing emergence of different types of control features that come out of the brain. So I think a whole software layer is going to emerge around control features that open up new ways of engaging with systems.
These commands sent from the brain are called digital motor outputs, and Oxley says that as this technology progresses, new digital motor outputs will make these BCI devices more useful, capable, and empowering for users.
The sky's the limit with how good it's going to get, and the more access to more brain, the more the features are going to get, and that's how BCI is going to keep growing.
In another new milestone for the company, Synchron just announced the results of a 1-year study, which paves the way for a larger round of testing.
We had 6 subjects who received Stentrode BCI devices. That takes the total now to 10 subjects, and so we've now collected safety data over 5 years since our first patient received a device back in 2019 to now. We want to know, does it cause any damage to the brain, stroke? Does it cause any blood clots? Does it move? And does it cause any blockage? And we're excited to report that none of those endpoints were met.
Oxley says the next chapter in developing Synchron's BCI will be focused on reliability.
Simplicity really matters. How do you turn the device on and off with your brain? What if you're dreaming? How do you lock it? These simple things that we have solutions for because we use our hands have to be solved for BCI.
Speaking of dreaming, I had to ask if the brain signals from dreams could result in users taking unwanted actions with their BCIs in their sleep.
There's a lot of electrical activity that is caused by sleep in the brain. We're kind of contemplating sleep activity as noise. We have to make sure that the sleep doesn't trigger a turn on in the system. We've spent a lot of time thinking about it and solving it. We're still not there, but it's an interesting problem.
There's a registry at synchronbci.com where folks interested in perhaps being a part of the next round of trials can sign up. To see a demo of how Synchron's BCI gets implanted into the brain without open brain surgery, check out this video right here. And to see our interview with Mark, the trial participant featured in these demo videos, check out this video right here.
We are truly living in the last days. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. All right? And what you just saw was the latest of trials and progress of the mark of the beast. Okay? This device that you saw with your own eyes was a implantable device where they what? Inserted a catheter through the jugular vein to go into this patient's brain, okay? To put this mesh type implant inside this patient brain so that what? They could have access to the internet, access to their independence, so that they no longer need to depend on anybody. You saw it. They could cut the lights on and off at their house. What else could they do? Turn the TV on, lock the doors. See, this thing is going to give people a sense of security. They can regain what they once lost, that dependency, okay, and become independent, all right? And sure, they're pitching it as something that's, acceptable or aiding in those that, need their independence. But, we know where the end game is coming and going, all right? It's going to be made mandatory, all right? And not only that, they're going to have different classes, okay? Because in another video, they said this BCI implant is running from anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000, okay? Showing that there's going to be different levels, different classes, okay? Just like you have your cell phone coverages where you got AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, the top name brands that offer excellent service, supposedly. And then what? You have the lower, lesser tier, okay? Your Boost Mobile, your Track Phone, so on and so forth. And then you got your government assistant, which is what? Your Assurant Wireless and those ilk, okay? Well, it's probably going to be the same way with these brain implants, okay? You're going to have the ones that, get great reception and can do all type of things, because you got to remember, they putting together these 15-minute cities, okay? Well, what? They got these 5G towers, all right? And it may be that they don't have to have that clunky piece of wiring hanging out of the person's, chest area going up into their brain, that this thing could be possibly, I'm just saying, this is my opinion, something like along the lines of Bluetooth, okay? Where they insert the implant through the catheter, but you don't no longer have to have that clunky piece of wire or line hanging from out of your chest going up into your jugular, into your brain, okay? No, they just insert the mesh through that, and I think it's going to be through your nasal cavity, okay? I think they're going to insert the brain implant, this is just my opinion, through your nasal cavity, because why? They opening up a lot of our nasal cavity back in 2020 with those test swabs and things of that magnitude. So a lot of people, nasal cavities have been opening up. So it's going to be easy for them to insert that up into your nasal cavity and put that mesh brain computer interface, BCI, inside your brain, okay? And because of these 15-minute cities, with these towers, hey, you could just, like a Bluetooth, you don't need a auxiliary cable or anything of that magnitude. You could just Bluetooth it, okay? So your brain computer interface is going to be what? Pinging off these 5G towers, okay? So this is just my opinion. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but I can almost guarantee you or assure you that having that line, that cord, that clunky cord from your chest to your jugular, hey, that ain't gonna work, man. They're gonna have to tighten that up, you know. And Bluetooth is almost, you know, undetectable. You won't be able to tell if anybody got it or not, because why? It's Bluetooth. It's connected to the towers, okay? So they may leave these cell phone towers up so that, you know, these implantable devices can ping off of these cell phone towers and use like a Bluetooth type of capability, all right? But nevertheless, hey, we definitely living in the last days, man. And this is an article from Reuters, and it says exclusive Synchron, which was the name of the company that you saw in this latest implantable device that they're going to put inside your head, okay? Because they're going to make it mandatory, all right? They're going to Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is going to cause some type of event, whether it's like a cyber attack or something, that all the phones that go down, the internet goes down, and the only way they're going to come back up is online and have strenuous security measurements where everybody has to be held accountable, okay? And hey, this could be the new internet, all right? The BCI, all right? Don't think they're giving you these technologies for you to use and experience for free, like the Apple headsets. No, all of this is a study of its own. These Apple wearable devices, this virtual headset, all these are studies of their own, okay? It's just you don't know, and you paying for it. So you paying for the trials and studies, you know, as opposed to them paying you for the trials and studies. But nevertheless, there's still trials and studies, okay? And you seen it. The dude was able to use that Apple headphone set, you know, with that brain-computer interface, all right? And, you know, it's only going to get, hey, it's only going to get wilder from here on out. So this says exclusive. Synchron, a rival to Musk Neuralink, readies large-scale brain implant trial. Right. And this was back in April 8th. And now today is October 1st. So they've already got 10 patients. And we've seen one of them that goes by the name of Mark. Okay. You know, and both Neuralink and Synchron is a little bit of clunky. Okay. Because Neuralink, they have to cut your head open to put the device in it. But Neuralink, they have to cut a piece of your chest out to insert that catheter into your jugular to insert the mesh-like implantable device inside your brain. All right? But make no mistake about it, man. Once everything is set up and put into place, like I said, I'm just saying, I kind of have an opinion or a belief that they're going to have something like Bluetooth, okay? Where these 5G towers in these 15-minute cities is able to, you know, use those type of waves to relate information like we do right now with Bluetooth on your headphones, on your cell phones, and things of that magnitude. It's going to be the same thing with these implantable devices. And when we see who's behind it, you're going to see why. All right? So it says, exclusive Synchron, a rival to Musk Neuralink, ready large-scale brain implant trial. All right? I'm just going to go straight to the point. Ain't going to jump around it, beat around the bush. Let's just get straight to it, man. Because we got to get some precepts. I've been talking too much, so let's get straight to the point. It says, expanding the market. Here we go. Synchron, whose investors include billionaires, Lev Bezos, and you see it, I'm going to say Gil Lates, okay? You see the two names right there. And Neuralink compete in a niche of a so-called brain-computer interface device, right? And just like you got, you know, these companies that's, you know, competing for different type of cell phone services and things of that magnitude, it's going to be the same way with this, okay? This is just a extension of the cell phone. It went from a landline to a rotary dial-up to a pay phone to a flip phone to a cell phone to now you are the phone, okay? This is all what it's going down to, communication, man, all right? So you are the new phone, make no mistake about it, all right? You are the new smartphone, and depending on your level of wealth is going to depend how great of a device you have, okay? They're going to provide the so-called, layman or the so-called average Joe with the basic necessity. If you can't upgrade and get the best of these brain-computer interface, well, they're not going to leave you out there hanging, okay? There's going to probably be different classes, like I said, from the government assistant brain-computer interface all the way up to, you see it, Jill Yates and Kef Asos, okay? These are two big time investors, man. You see? So you can't expect to get what people who got a little bit of money is spending on these type of brain computer faces for 50 to 100,000 to those that don't have no money, that's going to have to just get the bare essentials, the bare necessities with the government assistant brain computer interfaces, okay? So they're going to make it affordable for everyone, man, okay? It's just that the ones that pay a little bit more are going to have more access to more things, okay? Like you may be able to plug into your favorite entertainer or athlete and get, a bird's eye view of what they're doing or whatever, man. Just putting it out there. You see, it's going to be different levels to this thing, all right? So it says Synchron, whose investors include billionaires F. Azos and L. Yates, and Neuralink compete in a niche of so-called brain-computer interface. Such devices use electrodes that penetrate the brain or sit on its surface to provide direct communication to computers. No company has received final FDA approval to market a BCI brain implant, right? But they've already been approved to the test trials, okay? So they already got everything put in place already, man. You see? And like I said, you the new phone, you the new computer, all right? It's going to be inside of you, all right? That's the end game. From allowing you to use these type of devices on the outside to requiring you to use these type of devices on the inside. The inside of what? The inside of you, okay? Primarily in your hand or in your forehead, all right? And if you don't have any limbs or anything like that, don't worry. You're just going to get the one that they put inside your brain, all right? So it's here, man. We in the last days, all right? Let's get a few precepts. All right, this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. You see? Less, because we watching, man. You see, we watching like a hawk, man. We watching this man, all right? So he don't get an advantage on us, all right? We see what's coming, man. We see the play already. You could try to package it up and put it as a lifesaver or whatever, or however you want, man. But we see the end game, man. This is just a plot or a way to go about making it more palatable or palatable for the average Joe, man. You see? Oh, yeah, Grandpappy or Papa can now talk to us and text message us and, all this type of nonsense. But the end game is they going to get everybody on that same page. Whether you Papa, whether you Nana, whether you whoever, okay? Everybody gonna get this, man, because something's gonna happen to cause something to take place that this system that we in right now is going to become obsolete, all right? And there's so much on the table right now, all right? You got the attacks that's going on in Iran, over there in Israel by Iran, so much that's going on, man. Cyber attacks, cell phone outages, and everything, man. So this system is obsolete. They know that. They got to get ready to crash it, implode it, and bring their new system out. A more sustainable system backed by digital. Everything, so everything could be tracked, all right? Because right now, it's pretty much like the Wild Wild West, where you're free to do whatever you want, okay? You see, you could buy stuff under the table without having, to pay taxes on it, because Esau, he want to get his fair share. He want to get his fair cut of the pie, man. If you selling flowers out on the roads, Salaki, if you selling roses out there on the road and you selling them for $20 or $30 a dozen, and somebody giving you $30 and you ain't paying no taxes, how's Esau Edom benefiting from that? He's not, okay? But through a digital currency, he can, because he'll know when you receive that digital payment, and he can tax you just like that. All right? So lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Who is Satan? The adversary. All right? And then in the physical form, it's none other than the Edomites, the so-called white man. All right? For the most part. It says, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We understand what's going on due to prophecy. Okay? And that one prophecy spoken of by John the Revelator in Revelation 13 puts us up on game. You see, had we not understood that, we might have well fell for that trick, that device. All right, but we've been put up on game, man, through the Holy Spirit. All right, so we understand exactly what's at hand. All right. This man got to come forth. And they talking about 10 years down the line. No, buddy. We know you saying that right now to keep everything copacetic. We understand that. We know you don't got tens and tens of years. Y'all got to get this stuff together ASAP, yesterday. Because they getting ready to crash this place, man. Like I said, you just had Iran attack Israel. World War III is imminent. All right? They may even use the scare of World War III to crash the system, to bring in the mark of the beast, and then what? Let the missiles fly. Okay? So we on guard, we on watch on everything, man. You understand? So hey, this is a beautiful time to be alive, man. Okay, we in the last days, truly in the last days. Okay, getting ready to prepare ourselves for the bridegroom, Yahushua, to come back. Okay, and he gave us these warnings, these indicators of when he would come back. No man know the time or the hour, but we have the signs to look for, and the signs of the prophecies are jumping off the pages. Okay, you can't deny them. All right, unless you deny Yahushua. All right, they here, man. Rumors of wars, the mark of the beast getting more attention as we get closer and closer to that time, man. The love of many waxing cold. Earthquakes in diverse places, hurricanes, tornadoes, everything is going on in these last days, and we are aware of them. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, we are put up on game, man. All right, and hey, we couldn't be more, we couldn't be more excited about this time. You see, knowing that Satan has but a short time, and he got to move, man. He throw those narratives out to the lame, to the mass that don't know no better, to keep them asleep as long as he can, while he putting the finished touches on his plan. But we know he ain't got that much time. And he gonna come down with great wrath. All right, shutting down food supplies. They just went on strike. All right, the dock workers just went on strike today, October 1st. And we pray it lingers and goes on, because the more and longer this strike lasts, the more food sources is being used, and the more that famine is going to hit even harder, man. You see, where it's going to come, you got to depend solely and rely solely on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Because if not, what you going to do? Go down and receive this man help? Go down to Egypt? Isaiah 31, you know it. Woe to them that go down to Egypt. All right? You're going to want to go down and get help and assistance. What are you going to tell you? Stick out your right hand or tilt your head back. Get this device. All right? Get this device. You see? And they may very well, put that device inside your jugular, because it says what? They're going to make an insertion, so we got to see. You know? But it may not be clunky. They may just insert it in there and then, you know, patch it back up. And then what? Now you just got a scar, a sore at the site of the injection, but you don't have that clunky cord hanging out. Because why? It's Bluetooth compatible, okay? Bluetooth compatible meaning what? You don't have to have, because look at your TVs, man. Your 4K 80-inch screen TV. You don't got cords hanging out. No, you got, you know, you can use the Bluetooth, okay? Same thing. Once they put that incision and make that incision inside you and, you know, patch you back up, now you Bluetooth compatible with the 5G towers or the 6G towers or whatever towers they got out, man. And everything only works in these 15-minute cities, these smart cities. So once you go out of there, hey, you just shit out of gas, shit out of luck. You see? You don't get no services, man. All right? Everything. Okay? And who knows the reach of these towers, man? Because, hey, for a while or whoever, you know, however long, you're going to be what? You're going to have people that's still traveling. All right? So these towers or whatever they got may have a long reach, all right? But like I said, or like I'm speculating, that may be just for the top tier BCI, Mark brain implants that could have the capability of reaching 1,000+ miles, okay? The government assistance, hey, you may just have to stay inside these 15-minute cities, man. You see? You may not be able to roam that far, all right? Your range may just be within a 3 to 4 mile radius, okay? But those with the $50,000 to $100,000 brain computer interface, they may be able to go to different cities, towns, states, countries, man. So you see, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know it, man. We know what you coming with, all right? Make you move, man. You see? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is ready to make his move, okay? And matter of fact, he's compelling you to make your move, okay? You have to. It's not your own will, man. This is all the will of the Most High. All right? Let's go there. Revelation 13 and 16. It says what? And he causes all. That means everyone on the whole spectrum, all, whether you got arms, legs, whether you can see, whether you can't see, every part of the spectrum is going to be affected by this. You're going to have to receive it, man, or rely on your own capability, which we already know you don't have the capability to do anything. Everything is the will of the Most High. So it says, and he causes all. Who is the he? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay? This Roman Empire, revive as America, all right? And, you know, NATO and EU, he's going to cause everyone on the scale to get this implantable device or to have this implantable device. Only way you're going to be able to buy and sell. You see? It says both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. This is from the least to the greatest. This is the whole spectrum being covered. To what? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So if you don't have a hand or a leg or whatever, but you got a head, don't you? That's one thing everybody do got is a head. You can't get around that because you need a head to stay alive. So long as you got that forehead, long as you got a head, you got a chip, okay? Long as you got a head, you got a chip, all right? Might not have a hand, might not have a foot, might not have an arm, might not have a shin, but you got a head, okay? Long as you got a head, you got a chip, man. Straight up. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What else? Verse 17. and that no man, what is that? Just men only? No, everything falls under the category of man, all right? Whether it's children, whether it's women, they all come under the category of man. So it says, and that no man might buy or sell. You see? So, hey, this is the new, this is the new way of life, okay? He's bringing it in right now. You seen it. You are actually witnessing and partaking in him bringing in his new system. You just don't know it yet. From these elections, all the, chaos behind that, to these port strikes, to these airstrikes, to these advancements in this technology, you are witnessing him bring in his new system. All right? It says what? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast. So you're going to have to take his mark, man, or the number of his name. And by doing so, you are actually announcing that he is your God. Okay? He is your man. All right? He's your daddy. 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 666, 666. Chi stigma. Going to that word stigma, prick. Prick and certain cutting of the flesh. So there will be an operation, a surgery done where they're going to have doctors or whoever they got in those type of positions to administer this. They're going to make it legitimate. You can't just go to some bootleg Charlie and get this device put inside you. No, you got to come down to these centers and get this device and this procedure done. Whether it's as simple as them sticking, a hypodermic needle in you, or whether it's them performing that surgery and sewing you back up, and now you Bluetooth capable. Okay, you gonna get it, man. Okay, you gonna get that incision, that cut. All right, make no mistake about it. All right, you can't get around it. Now it may come a time where they allow you to do this at your own leisure. Like now they got the C19 kits that you can do at your own house. Hey, but you got to have it to come into these stores, man, to go whatever, to get this aid, to get this, to get your bread, man. You got to have it. All right, no way around it. If not, you ain't gonna buy and sell, man. You ain't gonna get fed. You ain't gonna be able to receive the money that they gonna give to you or anything. All right, so it's all according to prophecy. All right, we are truly living in the last days, man. And whether you know it or not, that's besides the point. Okay, let's close up and wrap up in 1 Peter 5 and 8. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8, and it reads what? Be sober, because if not, Satan will get an advantage of you. If you don't know what time it is and you think everything is all fine and peachy, hey man, you gonna get hit real hard with a dose of reality, man. When Esau say, hey, we are under attack. The computers are down. There's no more food in your town. In order for you to receive aid, you must come down to these designated centers and receive this chip in your hand. And hey, people gonna be panicking. And you go and see the grocery stores, you ain't got nothing on the shelves, and they gonna go there and get it. Out of straight fear, by not having faith, they gonna go get it. We ain't got no bread on the shelves. Ain't no water, no toilet paper. You see the panic fear people buy. And Esau loving it. Because he ain't got to do nothing but make that public announcement, man. We are under attack. There's imminent threat that there are, I ain't gonna say the word, but it starts with a T. Here in America, there's an attack on this monument. There's an attack. This Senate was just taken out, and they gonna blame it on the Iranians, man. You see? So, hey, be sober. Understand whatever this man do is all orchestrated. Okay, the Most High is allowing him to do it because he's doing the will of the Most High on the left-hand side, all right? And if you ain't on the right-hand side, you gonna get taken by it. Be vigilant. Continue to watch, all right? Here we is in the beginning of the port strikes, and now we finally seeing things come to, okay? The famine gonna hit, and it's gonna be a famine of the word, all right? So, hey, watch that you do not be, taken off guard. As others sleep, we gotta watch, man. Okay? So be sober, be vigilant. Because if not, what does it say? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. He's watching and looking, okay? Yeah, the people, they panicking. We just let the ports go down. Hey, we might let it ride for a few months and completely decimate the economy all up and along the East Coast, all right? And, hey, if you depend on just ports opening up on the West Coast, well, guess what? They're going to be overworked and eventually shut down as well. If everything coming from the ports along the West Coast and you got twice as much as work and the workers is only getting paid the same amount, well, guess what? They going to go out on strike, okay? And it's going to be, hey, hey, America, Babylon the Great, hey, ooh-wee. You talk about in the matter or the span of a couple of months and a few months, this, hey, hey, this is going to be a different place, man. We talk about in a matter of a few months, this country as you know it can look totally different. Man, vision that. I say 3 to 6 months. Just saying. The strikes on the East Coast, they don't get paid because they want 77% more pay and an assurance that automation won't take their jobs. Now the union was able to offer them, give them 50%, but they want 77%. So what happened? All the dock workers walked out, 45,000. So now what happens? The routes have to get redirected to the West Coast. And what are those people gonna say? Well, damn, we taking on double the money. I mean, double the work, and we ain't getting paid no more money. We walking out. Now they walk out. All the ports are closed down here in America, and all you got is the supply that was on hand before all the dock workers walked off. And how long you think that's gonna last? Okay, with the amount of people here in America, a month or two, and then what happened after that? Hey, let's get it how you live, man. Until Esau see fits to bring forth whatever it is he got planned, come down to these designated centers where you're gonna receive help. But what must you do? Put your right hand out, turn it all around, you stick it all about, and you do the hokey pokey. Esau gonna put that poke in you, boy. Hey, you stick your right hand in and you turn it all about. You do the hokey pokey. Esau wanna put that hokey pokey in you, man. And he ain't playing. I'm laughing, but Esau is not playing, man. Esau wanna put that hokey pokey in you. You know it. Put your right hand in. Turn it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you give yourself a shot. That's what it's all up. You know it, man. Hey, you might shout, but you gonna get right, man. You see? Esau gonna get you right. He gonna give you that. He gonna give you that, and then you gonna be able to go and get your designated foods, man. Cause he got places where he got food stashed at that he ain't telling nobody. Trust me, they've been preparing for this for a while. You see? Through their GMOs, they ain't gonna give you no real food, but you ain't in a position of power to argue. Here, take this artificial meat. Take this lab-grown meat. Take this. They been preparing you with the GMOs, man. What you gonna do? Argue? Hell no, you gonna take it. Your body don't know no different. Oh man, it tastes just like meat. We read who the investors is, man. You think they don't got a hand in this? Lil Lates, lab grown meat. Hey man, that shit don't even gotta that shit don't even gotta be refrigerated, man. Take this meat. It's got everything you need. It's got the essential proteins and everything to keep you sustained for a couple of weeks. So now you ain't got to worry about keeping it refrigerated or anything. Hey man, Esau is sick, man. It truly is the sword of the Most High for you wicked ass 2/3 Jakes, man. You gonna get it. Eating lab grown meat, processed food, everything. The days of you actually getting real food is coming to an end. All right? You're going to think victuals so cheap, but they ain't going to be real food, man. You're going to think that we in good times. Oh, man, we just got that free. We just got that, hey. And you're going to, hey, I'm going to say it. You're going to have that artificial lab meat, and you're going to have people keeping the Passover eating this fake-ass lab meat, man. Trying to still keep the Passover. Here it is, we in Jacob's trouble in the midst of it, and you out here eating lab-grown meat, trying to keep the Passover so you can keep that money coming in. And we going to have the Passover during Jacob's trouble. Meanwhile, your whole congregation got the damn mark of the beast sitting there. Sitting there like, I don't even know, man. Sitting ducks, just waiting for the missile to come devour, man. Just missile food. They all got the mark of the beast, eating artificial lamb meat, trying to keep the Passover during the middle of Jacob's trouble, just so they can all make a buck or two, man. And these are your leaders, man. They ain't gonna tell you that, because why? They are hirelings, okay? For filthy lucre's sake. They're gonna take that mark, they're gonna tell you to take that mark, and they may, they may propose to you something along the lines of, well, hey, it says they may, hey, god damn, they may use that Isaiah 65:13. My servants may eat, but you should be thirsty. Saying what? We're gonna take that mark, but we're gonna eat. We're gonna keep the Passover, we're gonna show our faith, but all the while they eat fake lamb, fake bread, they got the chip in their hand, and they justifying the scriptures, wrongfully, and they congregation ain't gonna know no damn better, because why? The famine of the word gonna hit, and the true servants as being removed from off the streets and off the internet, so they left to these hirelings, okay? That's only concerned about that money, and they gonna pitch and tell them whatever, okay? And all the while, they ain't even got the mark of the beast. Ain't that something? Man, that's deep, man. Here it is, these leaders that's telling you to take the mark of the beast, feeding you lab-grown, artificial, fake meat. Don't got the mark of the beast. Or maybe they do. Or maybe they will, so they can get that money. All right? But it may be a transitional period where they don't, okay? But they feeding you lab-grown, meat, lamb meat, and taking your money before everything really hits the fan. All right? Misguiding you, misleading you. All right? And then going to tell you to take that mark of the beast and dip on you. Man. So it says, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be the so-called white man, but it is the so-called white man, but it can be your own kind, man. It can be those that you think was set up to be over you, that's deceiving you. Make no mistake about it. But by and large, the Edomites are the devil. Okay, the so-called white man is the devil, the deceiver. Okay, it says, as a roaring lion walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right, and he's gonna get his fair share, make no mistake. But of the elect, that small remnant, he ain't gonna touch. All right, he's not going to touch. Okay, so that's gonna be it. We're gonna wrap it up. You know, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.